It's actually pretty simple. You just take your interview that just filmed, add some black parts to make it that extra cinematic. You add that piano note that you found online. Every single Netflix documentary has it. Then you just add some B-roll and you get something like this.
All right. So this is where I sit. Back in 2017, that's when I moved to Iceland.
So last April, I actually put up a video that's titled How to Film a Netflix style interview. And it's actually gotten pretty popular over the last few weeks. It's got like 70K views right now, which I think is crazy. But that doesn't matter. In this video, we're going to be teaching you how to edit like this. So we're basically going to take that trailer, which I did, and we're going to edit that one. So if you've seen this one, you're just going to know how to do it. I'm just rambling, let's get into it. We got three main parts of this trailer. That's the sound design and music, the A-roll, which is the interview, and then the B-roll, which is everything over the interview. I'll take a deep dive into that a bit later. So in order to edit a Netflix style documentary, you need one thing in the beginning, and that's music. So I went to Artlist, I found a perfect song for it, so I got my music sorted out. Now the sound effects, that happens in the end. So we got the music sorted out right now. Just put that on my timeline. Now let's go check out the A-roll or the interview. I watch it whole through and I just cut to these pieces that I want. So let's say I want this part in particularly, I would move that part up to the second track. Therefore, I know what clips are the best ones. And when I'm done with watching the whole interview through, I got my best track selected on the second track. I take those tracks and I move them to a new timeline. Therefore, I just have a clean timeline with all the best bits that I want to use in that edit. Now, to make this extra dramatic, I decided I do not want to showcase the interview every single second of this trailer because I want to have these pauses and let the B-roll and everything just breathe in between. So he says a sentence and then comes a breathing moment and then he says another sentence. Let's think if I am in the interview and I was like, oh, my mom is great. I loved how she went to school and I love how she did this thing and she's the best one and that one time. This wasn't really cinematic, but if it was cut like this, yeah, I just love my mom. And then some B-roll. She was the best one that I ever gotten to meet. That's really, really dramatic. And my mom is okay. This is nothing to do with my I just wanted to emphasize on making these cuts and having it breathe for a moment to let those words that I've just said live longer through your head. But one thing to keep in mind is, of course, I am editing a trailer and a very cliched trailer. I'm not editing a documentary, a whole documentary. Then, of course, I let those sentences live and live for a long time, and they're probably telling a story. And then it's really stupid to just cut a lot of breathing sequences in between. But as I said, this is a trailer, so that's the reason why I'm doing that. Now, B-roll. So crucial. Probably the most crucial of this edit. Alongside, of course, with the A-roll and sound design and music. Well, okay, you get me. B-roll is super important. By the way, when we're talking about A-roll and B-roll, we are talking about when you make a video interview, A-roll footage consists of a person talking and maybe cuts back to the interviewer now and then. In that context, B-roll footage can illustrate the subject, for example, with archival footage, related images, or explanatory animations. It can also include shots of the production itself, such as the interview preparation, the subject in a private setting or at work, anything that adds an interesting dimension and breaks up the monotony of question and answer. This is from boards.com/blog/filming101 A-roll versus B-roll footage. I grabbed that text there just to explain what A-roll is and B-roll is. Thank you for that. Sorry if I wasn't. So as you've seen, B-roll is the main element of the trailer. You basically put the B-roll over the A-roll when you are clarifying what you're talking about. Right now, I am using B-roll because I'm gonna be talking about books, and now I'm reading a book. And it doesn't make sense to just talk about reading a book. You would like to see me reading a book. And now I'm talking about editing a video about this Netflix style interview, and then you're watching footage of me editing that Netflix style interview. It's crazy, I know. It's just basically so the viewer doesn't get bored. If you would be watching an interview or just me talking for like 30 seconds, a minute or 2 minutes or something, I would just be sitting here and talking, you would probably get bored really fast. Of course, it's nice to, switch cameras. That makes the attention span, work longer. Does that make sense? Anyways, but having extra B-roll and then like texts and everything, just to keep the viewer like focused on what they're watching. Let's take an example. Here's the video of Frank talking and there's some B-roll over it.
that's when I moved to Iceland. Before I moved to Iceland, I never even owned a car.
And then there's the same video without the B-roll.
Back in 2017, that's when I moved to Iceland. Before I moved to Iceland, I never even owned a car, but then seeing Icelandic conditions.
Now, I'm pretty sure which one you liked more, and it's probably the one with the B-roll. Now, to finish this off, you remember in the beginning when I talked about sound design? That's right, this is the part where the sound design comes in. To finish the project off like 1000%. To do sound design and find sound effects, I use Artlist and I also use YouTube. I'm just collecting all these sound effects over the years. Sometimes you reverse them or something like that. Just go with your flow. Just put on the headphones and start mixing it up. It just makes your product so much better. Also, I recommend checking out the color tab on your project, whether that's DaVinci or Premiere Pro, and to try to match the footage. With this video, I had lots of different cameras, lots of different drones and locations and day, night or nighttime, whatever. Like I had B-roll from Frank, I had B-roll from me for like 2017, 18, 19. I just dig through my hard drives to find some drone shots and everything. And I wanted to match the white across these clips. So I decided, okay, I'm going for a blue, cool, moody type thing in this trailer because he's talking about Iceland and cars and stuff like that. So I decided to try to match all these different cameras and locations with that blue tint. So yeah, sound design and color tab. One more thing to do, and that is if you want the extra cinematic, you want to add black bars or like film it or edit it in different aspect ratios. If you're delivering in 16:9, which is standard for these types of videos, then you just want to add these black bars, which I've just done in post. There's a bunch of tutorials how to do that online. So, I think that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked this setup. If you're still watching, I'm actually at a new office, which I really do like. And like this setup is, I think, pretty clean. Like, I got so much space. And then I also got this dude, which I can just roll around and you know, film something on it, which you'll probably see with the Beetle, which I thought about. But okay, enough rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the last one. It doesn't matter. Bye.